Right now, we'd like to introduce a University of Miami student. As you know, the STAND organization, Students Today for a New Democracy, has been headfirst in this campaign with the Overtown community. And right now, we'd like to bring up Stephanie Sandhu. Give her a big round of applause.
Thank you. Today, the University of Miami is hosting the Innovation Showcase. And while all of us here acknowledge and appreciate the scientific advancements the University of Miami makes, this conference starkly contrasts the lack of commitment the University of Miami has made to innovation and community development. I stand before you not just representing myself, not just representing students and faculty from the undergraduate campus, but representing students and faculty from the law school, the business school, and the medical school, and other graduate programs. And we're here to say that we are deeply disturbed by the lack of action on behalf of our University of Miami. The University of Miami and Wexford LLC are building the Life Science and Technology Park in Overtown, using the area's poverty as leverage for public financing. And as a result, they have a responsibility to address the area's poverty. If they do not sign a sustainable community benefits agreement to mitigate the effects of gentrification and to create a process for job development, history shows thousands will be displaced from this historical Black community. However, instead of building a plan to develop tangible benefits, they have spent the past 6 months pumping thousands of dollars into a PR machine to develop the facade that they are delivering benefits to Overtown. They published articles saying 33% of the construction workers are from the Overtown or from the local area. But then if you look at the zip codes, 11 zip codes expands way past the Overtown area. And officials admit that the hiring numbers from Overtown are still not as high as they could be. With 50% unemployment, this area is desperately in need of jobs. And I still meet people every single day who tell me, I went to the job site and no one even gave me an application. The process is not in place that is needed. The University of Miami has recently published a lot about their commitment to service in Overtown, but in reality they have been taking credit for programs like City Year and the Overtown Youth Center, good programs that do good work. But what they haven't done is develop the training necessary for people to enter into those construction jobs. And construction is almost over. What opportunities are going to be available to local residents once this facility is operating and construction is done? There are major educational obstacles in this community, and unless the university commits to addressing them, this project is going to be no better than the biotechnology park that Wexford built in Baltimore. Wexford LLC built a biotechnology park with the University of Maryland under the same tenants. It was a low-income Black neighborhood, and they made similar promises, and they received similar public financing and funding as a result. Yet 2 years later, because of educational obstacles, only 2.5% of the workforce came from the local area. This community cannot take any more empty promises. 5 jobs isn't enough for Overtown. Overtown is the primary investor in this project. It is their land and their poverty that has allowed this project to even be developed. As an investor, they deserve to profit off this project for years to come. They deserve to be employed by this facility, and history shows this will not happen unless a sustainable community benefits agreement is signed. So I stand here before you to say that we have had enough. As students and faculty at the University of Miami, we have no choice to speak up. We demand the University of Miami sign the terms of engagement with the Overtown Alliance and demonstrate their commitment to working with this community. We have sat back for 6 months. We have watched the University of Miami make false promises. We have watched them not show up to meetings and cancel last minute. And we have watched them use stalling tactics and pump thousands of dollars into a PR program to deflect any responsibility from this community. We have watched them try to divide this community and watched them try to wine and dine officials. But we will not sit back anymore. I do not want my degree coming from a university that exploits low-income communities for profit. And I am not alone. The actions of President Donna Shalala and her administration do not reflect the will of the University of Miami as a whole. Over 20 student organizations and hundreds of students and faculty have signed petitions, not only at the undergraduate campus, but at the law school, the medical school, the business programs, graduate programs, demanding the University of Miami sign a sustainable community benefits agreement. And that support is only growing. If the University of Miami does not sign the terms of engagement, they will give us no choice but to start escalating and raising awareness on campus. Madam President Donna Shalala, with all due respect, is in your best interest of the University of Miami, Wexford LLC, the investors, and most importantly, the children of Overtown to sign a sustainable community benefits agreement. This is your opportunity to model what real sustainable development can look like.
Yay! No more lies! No more lies! No more lies! No more lies! No more lies!
No more lies! No more lies!
Woo!
No more lies!
Yes, indeed. My name is Keith Ivory. I'm an Overtown resident, a member of Power Youth Center, also a member of the Overtown Alliance. And we're here today to send out a message to the University of Miami to become community partnership with us. I speak on the displacement that this life science park could cause in the historic Overtown. The Town Park complex, which is 3 properties, Town Park North, Town Park South, and the village houses over 2,000 residents, men, women, and children, families. The Town Park borders line I-95 and the Life Science Project. The Town Park complex was built in the early 1970s after the Overtown area was decimated by I-95. Today, Town Park is threatened by the expansion of the Life Science Park. Home to over 2,000 residents. This is approximately 1/5 of the Overtown population. These public housing units are desperately in need of funding for renovations to bring them up to code by 2012. Without financial assistance, they will almost likely be torn down and replaced with housing and retail space to meet the demands of over 5,000 new UM Life Science employees at the Science Park. These are funds available in the Overtown community due to these renovations through the Overtown CRA. Unfortunately, instead of these funds going to the residents of this area of Overtown to save their homes, they are going to benefit Wexford LLC and University of Miami multi-million-dollar businesses that have no problem stealing precious resources from a poor community. We're asking today, University of Miami, City of Miami, Community Redevelopment Agency, to stop pimping Overtown. Stop pimping Overtown. Stop pimping Overtown. Stop pimping Overtown. We got another speaker. We'd like to bring him up now.
What's his name?
Eric. Come on up, Eric. Let's give him a big round of applause.
Oh, okay.
Good morning. My name is Eric Steinhardt, and in the interest of time, I'll try to be brief. I'm a student of Florida International University, and I'm here to represent the countless third-party organizations, including SEIU, that are aware of the University of Miami's involvement, or lack thereof, in the Overtown community. UM's failure to listen to the residents of Overtown has incited a fire inside of all of us. In my hand, well, in my pocket actually, is over hundreds upon hundreds of petitions from UM students, FIU students, Miami residents at large, and these signatures are the product of our sweat and arduous work, and we will spread this fire diligently until every last citizen of Miami is aware of the university's lack of compassion. This petition is a call for UM to do the right thing. I'm also here to officially announce that Students Towards a New Democracy will be open